Good evening. This is your caster and analyst Sensei, and I bring to you the clash between Davao and GENSAN, Queen of Apocalypse versus DREX Angels. This is a best of three match, an all-girls matchup between these two teams. And right now we are on game one, and we have the bans and the picks. For the bans, we have Axe, Silencer, Shadow Shaman, Luna, and Meepo, and that will be for the Davao team. While on the Dire team, we have Tinker, Underlord, Bristleback, Phantom Lancer, and Disruptor. As for their picks, a Queen of Apocalypse has chosen Warlock, Beastmaster, Juggernaut, and Outworld Devourer. As for the Dire team, we have Lion, Doom, and Slardar. Practically, this OD is a good pick against Doom and Slardar being strength heroes. We have a steady mix or good mix here on QOA. We have the setter here as well as the first or second wave damager from Warlock, the chaotic or the offering there. Of course, the Beastmaster would have to be the initial setter there with the primal roar, and Juggernaut will be diving in for the free hits, while Outworld Devourer will be delivering the steady pure damage on the strength heroes. As for the Dire team, they have set up Lion here and Doom to be, or rather Lion here to be the initiator, or Slardar here for a true sight with a corrosive skill. Templar Assassin will be the counterpart of Juggernaut for the free hits or the hitter there, and Doom will be the one to disable most probably Warlock here, so that Warlock would not be able to cast the spells that is needed on a second wave during a great clash. So we'll have to find out what happens next. And they just banned Morphling, and we're waiting for the sixth ban of the GENSAN team. So again, for those of you who just signed in, we welcome you here at Ncgc Esports, and you may check out our pages at fb.com/Ncgc Esports. And also, don't forget to follow and like, and also check our archives in our YouTube page. It's youtube.com/Ncgc Esports. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also click the bell so that every time we go online and live, you would be notified right away. And also, of course, our Twitch TV channel, it's twitch.tv/Ncgc Esports. Okay, so now we have the sixth ban. It is Elder Titan, and we'll be going to the fifth hero pick with the GENSAN team for the first among the two, and we'll have the final and last pick here by the Davao team. So again, Templar Assassin would be, given the current setup, it's very ideal that Templar Assassin would be in the middle to level up right away, and perhaps Outworld Devourer would be the ones in the middle as well. And now we have Terrorblade on the Dire side. So most probably Slardar here will be in off lane. Terrorblade might be on the safe lane, or either way, safe lane Terrorblade for Templar Assassin. But yeah, Terrorblade would be better off in the safe lane on the bottom lane, rather on the top lane for the Dire, supported by maybe one of the supports here, Slardar or Lion. And as for QOA, we are seeing Juggernaut ideally on the safe lane, being the hard carry at that. Beastmaster would be on safe lane, and either Warlock or another hero here, the fifth pick. If it would be a support or utility hero, it would have to be on either of the top or bottom lanes. I'll bet again that Outworld Devourer should be on the middle. Of course, Templar Assassin and Outworld Devourer will not be canceling out each other, and we'll just have to see. And there you have it. Earthshaker could either be a utility or a carry here, but we'll see. So again, Stay Gold is Warlock, Mio Khalifa as Beastmaster, Shams is Juggernaut, Midjoy as OD, and Kakaisu as Earthshaker. And for the GENSAN team, we have Chicks as Lion, Sebastian as Doom, Nob Shemin is Slardar, Replay as Templar Assassin, and filling carry is Terrorblade. So there you have it, folks. Game 1 on a best of 3 all-girls pick on this episode of Face Off. And again, I am your caster and analyst Sensei, and welcome to Ncgc Esports Live. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, and let's get it on. Alright, so we are seeing Juggernaut and ES taking on the safe lane. Midjoy, or the OD, on the mid lane, and Miao Khalifa, the Beastmaster, will be taking up on the safe off lane rather. But now we are seeing a 1-1-3 push by the safe lane, providing this Juggernaut a good chance to level up right away. So he will be supported by the healing powers of Warlock, and as well as the setup of Earthshaker. Juggernaut will be facing off Sebastian here, the Doom, and the mid lane will have to be, as I have thought of, it's TA, and it will also be a 1-1-3 push down by each of the team's safe lane. So anytime soon we might be seeing a first blood or quick kill, unless both teams would be cautious enough to just back off and just stay nearby the tower. There's an early harassment there before the runes are up, and the Radiant team, or in this case, Radiant team as the Davao team, securing the runes here on the right side of the map. So there you have it. 2 runes each, and they will be taking on each other's other rune by the safe lane, or yeah. And now the laning phase is officially up and about. There's a stun there by Earthshaker. Yeah, checking out new ways to annoy the creeps there, preventing them from pushing right away, and practically having a good first wave of pull there. And as you can see, it's quick, and it's gonna be an efficient way to farm up for the Juggernaut for a quick item build. And they have just determined there, Warlock sensing that someone is missing, and they have determined that it's a 1-1-3 push, and it's gonna be the same on both sides. Doom there being pushed back towards the tower and being denied of experience. As well as here, we have Beastmaster just cautiously standing by the tree lines, not being wanting to get caught there for a quick and unnecessary death. We have 2 stunners here, practically, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there is Slardar and there is Lion. Quick death for Beastmaster if he gets caught with a Hex or a stun on either of the 2 supports there. There's an early harassment by Slardar, pushing the Beastmaster back onto the tower. And he will be continued to be pushed back while the others will be farming up the creeps here. Lion just isolating the creeps there for an easy level up. Offensive wards has been placed by Doom there, checking out the flanks. And there you go, folks. Level 2 on all 3 heroes there under the bottom lane, and they're checking out for a quick and possible setup there for a kill. Doombringer backing down right away. TA for the first time being pushed back by Midjoy. OD just delivering last hits there and also hitting the TA there, having a shorter range for attacks. TA has to back down, while Outworld Devourer will just be securing the place and just outboxing TA. There's a banish, and it will be far from a kill. They'll just be annoying each other for now. Both teams are just ever so cautious here. For the last hits, the Davao team has been able to give Juggernaut a good leeway there for last hits. And there's a signal there for a farm, or rather a pull there. And the Davao team is just about doing well here, but not without the final net worth here for the team. It's with the Dire side, thanks to the Templar Assassin there, just outgunning the Earth, or rather the Outworld Devourer. There's a 3-man push now happening on the top lane, and Mio Khalifa is quick on her feet as the Beastmaster goes back, but then there's a stun by the Lion. There's a conversion to Giant Frog. Slardar on the chase. There might be a stun, but then the tower is quick to respond there. Good save by the tower. However, Beastmaster is now way beyond the safety of the tower, and the Dire team will be adding damage to the tower on the first tier of the top lane. The 5-minute mark has been signaled, and the Davao team is just signaling for a quick get here. Okay, and Terrorblade just paused the game, and we'll see what happens next. And of course, there is a new feature here in Dota 2. For those of you just played this game recently or just recently, as soon as you pause the game, there would be tips here, and you could just check it out while on pause, and it could help you out in a way or two. So check these arrows left and right. Now we're back in the game, and again there was a frustrated attack and kill there on the Beastmaster, the tower defending Beastmaster, and Slardar was just too far away to give a secondary stun and a potential kill for the Dire. So the GENSAN team here, Dire team, is going to walk away without a successful first blood, and it's about 18 seconds now for the runes to pop up and be right for the picking. Warlock here flanking and securing the rune here, and might be a good kill if the Doom here would be going beyond the safety of the tower. And it's 3, 2, 1, and runes are up and good for getting. There's 1, there's 2, and the runes apparently are not being taken here on the left side. There is a chase down on Juggernaut on the Doom. Doom running for safety, but the tower is responding against Juggernaut, and Juggernaut will be retreating for now. Also a frustrated kill, and still with a 0-all kill record here. There's the attack now by the TA. TA pressing on the attack, going for mid-joy and going for the kill, but then there's a reinforcement, and Earthshaker will be defending the now damaged OD as OD goes to the shrine for a quick heal. Timely teleport by ES there, and ES will be savior for that match. It was supposed to be a first kill in favor of the Dire there, had not the Earthshaker just teleported. And now it's a one-on-one epic battle between good and evil. Juggernaut versus Doom on the bottom lane as the others are roaming. There you go, Earthshaker with, or rather Earthshaker contemplating or signaling someone to get the double damage rune. And there you go. A probable quick setup there. We'll see if it happens. Well, there's the banishment of the OD. Templar Assassin now facing 3 adversaries, and also some of them creeps. And ES will have to roam on top, make a quick kill of the Lion as signaled there. Lion not knowing what's about to happen. Innocently enough, there's the faint Beastmaster with a whirling axe. There is a stun by ES, double damage. There is damage by Warlock, free hit. There's the whirling axe again. Earthshaker. But no, it's going to be on the other side. First hit by Feeling Carry, killing down one of the heroes there, and it's going to go another way here. It was supposed to be a kill by the Radiant team, but then bamboozle moment. There was a flank by Chicks there, and they will have to get away, retreat now with 2 deaths on their record. Unfortunate for the Davao team, they have been bamboozled there, and it was a timely counter and tactical flanking there by the Lion. And then there's another one feeling carry with two of his posses, just killing again another hero. This time it's the Beastmaster, and it's a 3-0 run in favor of the team from GENSAN. So they go back to their original lanes, and they just realize it's still too early to be hunting down, roaming around. There's a lot of stunners, a couple of stunners here, and there's about to be a conversion. There's the conversion, and flanking by Slardar. There's a stun, there's a free hit, there's another stun for the securement of that kill. And feeling carry, delivering the final and death blow again on a 4-0 record this time. Doom being affected by the fatal bonds now is just by the tower waiting for it, but then there is the stun, another stun. There's the blade from Juggernaut, free hit. Juggernaut going for the free hit, but then Doom here is quick on his feet, and Slardar will be reinforcing, but not without an offensive and tactical warding there by the Radiant team. It was almost a kill, but it's a frustrated kill there for the Radiant team. Davao still without any kills here, and now the GENSAN team is up by 2k in net worth. The items here for the carry is still not much there. There's a flank from behind by Lion. There might be a stun, but no go. Yeah, there it is, but then it's just for an escape. Beastmaster facing off a couple of heroes here. Feeling carry about to die, but then there again there is Sunder, and Mia Khalifa would be too foolish if Mia Khalifa would be thinking of killing this Terrorblade right now. And Terrorblade don't just hunting that. And here is Radiant. Okay, Radiant's mid lane, first tier tower being pushed now, being damaged by the core here. TA being supported by Slardar, and they are about to take this tower down for the first hit. Flanked by a couple of Radiants here. There's the block, there's the stun, there's the Omni Slash. Omni Slash hitting Doom. Doom is about to get doomed up and dying in the process. The first kill after 10 minutes, courtesy of Juggernaut on the Doom. And here is another setup here. There's a stun. There's a free hit. There's another stun. And no heal from the Warlock is gonna save that. There's another stun there for a probable second kill, but then too sour there. The attack from the tower is just too damaging for the heroes right now. It's still too early, and they're still squishy relatively for tower attacks. So it's a 5-1 game, and it is in favor of the team from GENSAN. There's a destruction of the first tier tower. OD banishing TA. TA does not mind being phased out for now. Still a lot of life there, and TA will continue to farm up good items here. Okay, TA ready for the Desolator. About a few minutes now, it's gonna be quite difficult for TA to be stopped with the damage. Radiant team still does not have a definite answer on how to stop what is just happening here. Juggernaut still too weak to be able to carry the whole team, and there's another stun. The setup, there's Earthshaker for the reinforcement. There is the epicenter or Echo Slam, and fatal bonds happening now. Warlock valiantly defending the reinforcement, and Shaker will be surviving that. Was about to go down sour and ugly. Timely Echo Slam to push back the attackers there on the top tower, but not without the Radiant team losing one of their own. And it's going to be a 6-1 record here now on the 12-minute mark. And there is a rotation here, a roam by Lion, and checking out on the rune site. dewarding by Lion there, providing additional tactical advantage for the Dire team. And the Radiant team is here. The gang has just decided for a quick roam. Check it out. There's the smoke. 4-man smoke. Mia Khalifa will be ready with a stun. But first, a rolling axis. And they'll be checking out who would be there. There's a stun on the unsuspecting Lion. And Lion will be killed by the neutrals. Lucky for Lion there. Last hit by the neutrals. Quick thinking. He was about to die and he just had to deny the satisfaction for the Radiant team to get another kill. It's still 6-1 this time. Lion just sacrificing himself to the creeps. The 3-man push is up and about. ES and Warlock on the flanks hiding for a good setup here with Beastmaster as the bait. There's the initiation, but then it's going to be a half felt initiation. Mia Khalifa taunting Terrorblade into engaging and committing. In Half-Life, Beastmaster will be healed by Warlock. And now there is a 2-on-2 attack here on the mid lane, and it's going to be a last hit there by Slardar. Another stun there, and it's going to be a free hit, and Primal Roar will be ending Slardar's life there. Slardar will be finally meeting his maker on the mid lane there, courtesy of a Primal Roar and a free hit by the Beastmaster. While here on the top map area, we can see the Desolator being farmed up already by TA, and a Blink Dagger for a quick setup and quick kill there. And we'll be seeing much more of that later on. Item-wise, both carries here. Juggernaut still far from the expected item. Doom there, just checking the runes with an offensive warding by Warlock there. As for TA, it's already a Desolator, and it's about halfway for the Dagger, and it will be even better here for the Dire team as soon as the Dagger is collected.
Dire's middle tower
and Juggernaut still waiting for that. There's the push for the the top lane tower, the first tier. Mia Khalifa will be defending, but then there is a flank there. And Earthshaker will be caught in the middle of the fray, converted into a frog with a stun, and another stun there by Slardar for a quick kill. And a dewarding at that. And the team from GENSAN will be pushing on towards the top lane. On the second tier tower, feeling carry, the Terrorblade still in metamorphosed form will be pushing on. And there is the initiation from the Beastmaster. There's a stun. Free hit by Outworld Devour. Also conversion there and the banish for Beastmaster, but not without TA there attacking the reinforcements. And then you have that, folks, Midjoy falling down courtesy of replay. It's now 3-10 in favor of the GENSAN team, and GENSAN is just having the time of their lives here. Quite an easy game for them up to the 16-minute mark, but then it's still too early right now. The course here, Juggernaut already has a Battle Fury, and as for the TA, the Dagger is already there. As you can see, has just been delivered by LBC. Radiant team still doesn't have an answer to this attack, and it's going to be a gang up on Juggernaut. Untimely at that. Juggernaut has been caught, stunned, a couple of quick stuns, and a clean kill there by the Dire team, raising their kill rate by 11. TA continuing to press on the attack and farming up.
Dire's middle tower just got knocked down.
As for the net worth, we have here TA with quick kills as well as farmed up, but not with Juggernaut there being on the second rank there. There is the reinforcement by the Dire team, but then the Radiant are quick to retreat. There is Midjoy just waiting by the trees, waiting for the right timing. 3 of them, the Radiant team just flanking them behind these trees, and they will be goading the Dire team to engage and commit. And it's going to be one heck of a show here. It's already a 4-on-4 imminent clash, and the wards have been set. They see each other here, and it's an all-seeing area here for both teams. But the Radiant team will be even much more cautious there, and will have to be wiser to retreat there. They sense something's up. The Dire is really quite aggressive, and I think they have decided and speculated that there is something there waiting for them. Not good, of course. And now the offensive warding and the warding rather by Chicks will send those wards to the bottom of the ground.
Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder. Dire's middle tower is
Apparently
under
what's
pressure.
happening is the Davao team, expected to have a good lineup here for setups, is being outflanked, and the spacing as well as the location of the heroes is proving to be deadly to them. There's a stun by Slardar, free hit, and finally being brought down by Chicks. Chicks now also stunning OD. There is the Omni Slash hitting Sebastian and finally bring it down. There is Replay, the TA just attacking, and now Slardar is about to stun Juggernaut, but without any mana there. Templar Assassin just decimating the enemy. Even with the chaotic offering, it did not do much there. It was just a very late offering that it did not even damage the heroes much, and it was only Doom who just died there. Doom not even dying from the offering, but dying from the Juggernaut's Omni Slash a while ago during the first and early part of the clash. And the Dire will be claiming their hard-earned Aegis, and they will be pushing on the 20th minute mark after this one. It's 4-15. The Radiant team does not even have an answer up to now, and it's going to be very difficult for them. We are in the mid game, and the Juggernaut only still has the BF, while the Templar Assassin already has the Aegis and also Black King Bar on the next item. We have seen earlier here during the earlier clash by this area that TA was able to just decimate 3 of the 5 heroes there, just like that. It was just that easy, and without even a Black King Bar, and even with the offering just being slammed down on the Dire team by the Radiant, it did not stop TA from killing 3 heroes. So already quite a deadly and foreboding incident. Radiant team now in very difficult times. They have to have an action or a plan here, or a counter, or even a miracle to be able to stop this amount and intensity or magnitude of attacks from the Dire team. GENSAN just proving their worth here up to the 21st minute mark, and they'll be pressing down on the bottom lane. Terrorblade pushing on to the second tier tower. The Radiant team now just sticking together and playing it safe, and there is a quick defense there by a stunner and a tank on the top lane, preventing the probable push by the Radiant team, but not without a mid lane and a bottom lane push by the Dire team. The Dire team just giving the Radiant team such a hard time and giving them a headache, and the Radiant team is still confused on what to do. Even with the smoke there from the Radiant team, the Dire team will be quick to retreat, systematic retreat at that. They'll be pushing on tier 2 towers, and now they would be going here towards the mid line. So there you have it, folks. The Dire team just pushing now to the mid lane, and the Radiant team has just recharged and countered, and there's a Shadow Blade by Meow Khalifa for the quick setup. Who would be the unsuspecting victim there? There is Lardar being seen there for a flank, but then he has been caught and he will be killed right away. But no, there's a stun, there's a kill there, but then Warlock will be dropping down the Golem, but then the Omni Slash going around, not hitting everyone, but being able to damage there. There is OD with the final hit and another kill. OD providing safe cover there, successful defense on that area. OD timely. All the strength heroes just melted into obscurity. And Midjoy will be regaining her composure with that one. Awesome display of clash there, with the Davao team being able to pull that one off and just stopping the GENSAN team from claiming a quick victory down the middle lane. It could have gone the other way, but then Slardar was unfortunately caught here in this area, as you can see in the minimap. And Slardar was out of place, and a crucial setup hero there was not able to set up right away. And the Golem was dropped right on top of the attackers for that two second or a second stun there, and they were confused. Enough for the OD and Juggernaut to deal damage and free hits. And there you have it, folks. That clash was just in favor of the Radiant team. Team Davao will be surviving yet for a few more minutes, or if not, maybe turn the tides around and just claim this win. We don't know. Let's check it out, and we'll find out as we continue watching this match. The first game between GENSAN and Davao. There's the stun, no go, and it will miss its mark. Meow Khalifa hiding now. Shadow Blade hunting. Nope. Radiant team now pushing on to the top lane. Securing the flanks here is Meow Khalifa. TA has been caught, but no, he will be escaping. There is the Echo Slam. 1, 2, 3 down. We have that, folks. 2 settlers and the carry there just melting away, courtesy of that Earthshaker. Awesome setup there. They did not expect Earthshaker just to blink in and just say surprise and just bang. Echo Slam in your face, and now you're dead. 3 of you dead, and you can't do anything, so you just have to back off. Dire team just caught by surprise there. They did not expect that Echo Slam right up their alley, and they just ate it all. TA was just as squishy as toilet paper soaked in vinegar and thrown away as garbage. And the 2 supports here, Slardar and Lion, was not able to do anything because they were also stunned. That crucial space, it could have been better if the 3 of them, those 3 have died, could have just stayed out of each other's delta space, so they would not be hit by an area of effect there, especially by Earthshaker. So far, that would be the best moment of this game. Not yet, or rather, still too early to be a game changer, but then hey, it gave hope for the Radiant team, and now Juggernaut already has this Manta style. As for the Templar Assassin, already the BKB online and ready to go, and the Dire team just stopped with their being stopped of their momentum, is now regrouping and just planning out what to do next. They have just realized that Earthshaker here is not to be trifled with, and they will just have to check out the whereabouts of Earthshaker before they do something risky and foolish, perhaps, if they fail. So there you have it, folks. Earthshaker still doesn't have the ultimate, still offline. Still 9 seconds, but then also a deadly one at that. TA just guarding the outpost here while others are farming. There's a signal there, signaling for Slardar to come by and perhaps maybe have a smoke or two and a gank. We'll be checking out. As for the Radiant team, they are converging. There's a meeting. Okay, what do we do now? Okay, let's kill some heroes here and we might just be able to pick 1 or 2 off. Okay, let's have a smoke. Let's get around. Let's hunt for some heroes here. Fortunately, there's another invisibility rune there. And yeah, they won't be finding anyone here on the shrine area. The other team is just on the other side. And they will have to be going around and hoping to meet someone here in the mid lane. There is Sebastian. And also there is a Terrorblade there. Okay, Lion has been discovered. There is the stun by Lion, but then he does not want to pop the shrine here. There's a stun by Kakaisu. ES just killing down the Lion. TA is still there. Banished, timely banished by OD. And there is the offering. There's the Omni Slash killing the TA. TA just being too squishy. But then there is the Echo Slam again. 1-2. There is the Sunder. And yeah, it's going to be a failed mission by the Radiant team. The Sunder just having that much damage. It's going to be a one-on-one this time. It is Doom and the Warlock, but then Doom is hiding now. And there is the discovery by Warlock. Warlock being attacked now by a revived Lion. Finger does not kill the Warlock. Warlock on higher ground, running away, healing himself. It's going to be the two of them. It's a classic, just the two of us. But no, there is a Golem there, and the Golem will be slapping around the back of Lion. The stun does not kill Warlock, and Warlock emerges victorious there. Warlock probably laughing right now. Even with a buyback, it just became a dieback, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, it was not a buyback by the Lion. The Lion was just dead earlier, and it was just about time for the Lion to revive and try to reinforce this area. But then Warlock still proving to be a better man. He's a better int hero here. Of course, not without a cheapskate Golem there, just waiting by the tower, just slapping the back of Lion there. So again, Juggernaut here still farming up, while Templar Assassin already has the Dragon Lance. Net worth here still up on the two carries here, and we are still about to see some good clashes before we can determine who wins this first game. Apparently what happened in the first part of the game, it was a one-sided deal, but then with a stroke of luck, ES was able to bring the momentum to a steady halt, or rather onto a gradual halt for the Dire team, as the Echo Slam right here on this part was delivered for a 3-man kill in favor of the Radiant team. There is a signal there. Feeling carry, just backing down to the tier 2 tower. A signal by the Dire team signaling for a push on the bottom lane of the map. Everyone's signaling right now, ready for reinforcements. The push for the Radiant team up on the top lane, while the Dire team pushing on their own safe lane on the bottom lane. And now the 4-man team, the defense team of the Dire team, will be converging by the mid lane and probably going up in smoke, but not without discovering Outworld Devourer here on top of the ledge here and being discovered of their presence. Slardar farming up for a bit, and as well as TA, and they will be spreading out, controlling the creeps first. As for the kills and deaths, we have top scorer Terrorblade here, followed by TA. And while both teams are just controlling the lanes with the creeps. We'll be checking up on the stats here. Net worth has been fluctuating now on the 25th minute mark up to the 34th minute mark, and it has just fluctuated courtesy of a couple of those clashes wherein the Radiant team was able to pull one, or not one, but two off of the Dire team, and it was all or both in courtesy of the Earthshaker. Earthshaker just proving to be much more of a force to be reckoned with here in the second half, or rather on the 25th minute mark onwards for the Dire team. The Dire team now is ever so cautious. They have to kill the ES first before they're able to do much damage. Even with Warlock's offering, does not really matter much. It is the Earthshaker's Echo Slam that just pierces through TA, and TA is just so squishy, especially in 5-man clashes. All that amplification of damage just goes through TA, and TA just drops down like a hot stick. There's the blink in, the stun on OD. There's the stun, whirling axis. There is the power slash, and then Juggernaut going around, just chasing Slardar, but then Doom will be brought down by Meow Khalifa. There is Sanity's Eclipse. Sanity's Eclipse just killing Slardar. Slardar not having much to do there except to just die and sleep for another 35 seconds or so right now. Radiant team now on the other side of the coin, the other side of the wheel, and they're on top of it, going on top rather, and it's up to the Dire team to bring them back down. But no, they will be taking the second tier tower. Defense is up, Lion is there, as well as Terrorblade to stop Meow Khalifa from pushing on. There's the conversion, there's a stun, and there will be the finger. Lion fingering the Beastmaster, but Beastmaster just gets tickled. And now Templar Assassin, sensing danger, blinks out, but not without being chased down. And there is a 3 or 4-man attack squad here for the Roshan, and Roshan will be fighting off, defending the Aegis, but then the Aegis is now going to be delivered to the hands of the Radiant team. Templar Assassin almost stealing that Aegis there. There's the Primal Roar, quick hits, and it will be a failed attempt by the Dire team. There's the offering, Slardar or Doom being seen here. There's a free hit again, and Kakaisu, the ES, is going to kill Sebastian. It's now a 3-0 exchange, and the tides are coming in. It is the ball game now of Radiant team. A relatively good comeback here as soon as the 25-minute mark happened, and it's been a series of failures for the Dire team to defend and win clashes. Again, they have to bring the ES down before they're able to get a good outcome of this clash. But ES is ever so patient here just to have only the support. Even with the defense of the Dire team right now on the tier 3, it is still proving to be quite difficult for them to kill Juggernaut, especially there's a Beastmaster there, being able to stun with a Primal Roar, and TA, even with a BKB, would be stunned by this Primal Roar. And now Doom has extended beyond his limit. There's the Primal Roar, there's the gang up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, squishing the Doom, slicing, dicing up, and the Doom has been quartered and killed just like an execution. The death sentence now has been set out, and there will be another clash there. There is the Echo Slam again. Earthshaker again stunning a couple of them and being dead in the process, but not without taking the lives of 4 heroes. Only the Templar Assassin survives, not being able to defend much. There is the trap, but no, it does not happen much. It's going to be a good game. A good game call there by GENSAN. There's the final and desperate delay there with a glyph. A buyback by a Lion, but then the Radiant team, the Davao, pushing on forward, claiming the prize for the first game, and they're not about to let up. final few hits, and it's going to be a win by Davao. Convincing comeback by the Davao team. 25-minute mark was the limit for the Dire team to pack up and just hit it home, because the Davao team or the Davao squad will be bringing home the bacon. Okay, and what just happened is that during the first half of this game, or rather the first 25 minutes of this game, it was a mismatch of pickoffs, especially even with a good hero selection of the Davao team. They were just too squishy and did not have much to do with the roaming and the stuns that the GENSAN team has to offer. But then come 25-minute mark, a timely execution by the Earthshaker up on the top lane by the tree line there behind the first tier tower of the top lane, wherein the unsuspecting carry, the TA, the Lion, and the Slardar were waiting, hoping to ambush anyone who would be going there, suddenly got caught in the middle of the Echo Slam by Kakaisu, and they just didn't expect that to happen, and they flopped down as quickly as that. And that was a turning point. And after that, they realized that it has to be Earthshaker, not really OD. They were focusing much on OD there, that they forgot Earthshaker was the man to be, or was rather the hero to be looked out after, because OD will just be secondary there. Of course, only for the Doom and the Slardar there. And of course, timely attack by Juggernaut, not being able to rush things right away, just waiting things to happen, and the Beastmaster tanking it up. And as soon as the Dire team, or rather the Dire team's locations would be determined, and of course the heroes from the Dire team or GENSAN team would be committing and raining down damage on the Juggernaut as well as the Beastmaster, in comes Earthshaker, bam, Echo Slam, then there's Enchant Totem, and there's the hit, and the Fisher will just be blocking all those stragglers, and even those who would be rather surviving it, like TA, would be finished off by an Omni Slash, or if not by a Primal Roar passing through the BKB, and then finally Midjoy will sweep in for the sweeping of all the stragglers. And there you have it, folks. 37 minutes, and the Davao team clinching that after the 25th minute mark, and they have a comeback. So it's 1-0 on the Davao team. Congratulations. It is a very close fight. Unfortunately, Earthshaker happened. So we'll check out on game 2. Will it be a 2-0 run for the Davao team, or will their luck run out as they are countered by the GENSAN team? We'll just have to find out if we have game 2 or we'll be pushing on to game 3 right after this. Stay tuned. Again, I am Sensei, and we'll see you on game 2. Hello and welcome back to Game 2 of this face-off between two all-female teams, one from GENSAN and one from Davao. DREX Angels from GENSAN now on the Radiant team, and Queens of the Apocalypse from Davao will be on the Dire this time. And we just had Game 1 and it was snatched right under the noses of the GENSAN team. Queens of Angels able to regain their composure after the 25th minute mark. The MVP for me is ES, and it's Game 2 right now, and we'll see what the GENSAN team will have in store for the Queens of Apocalypse. And right now, the Radiant team, or the team from GENSAN, just getting Earthshaker for themselves. It's our turn now, and we'll try to use it on you. We'll check if it does wonders for them. If indeed Earthshaker is the luck charm for both teams. And again, for the Queens of the Apocalypse, we have Shadow Shaman, Elder Titan, Beastmaster, and Outworld Devourer. Again, the Beastmaster and the Outworld Devourer combo. And as for the DREX Angels, or the GENSAN team, we have Lion, Earthshaker, Bristleback, and Morphling. So practically the other stunner they have exchanged for the Slardar is Earthshaker. So we'll see if it also does wonders for them, and we'll see. And Bristleback will be the tank, and Morphling will practically be the carry, hard carry here. As for the bottom, or the QOA, we have Elder Titan for the setup, Beastmaster as a tank, Outworld Devourer as a free hit and anti-strength hero here against Bristleback, and we'll be waiting for the 5th pick as well. And they have banned Juggernaut there. DREX Angels does not want Juggernaut or even the Warlock, and they got the Earthshaker, so I guess they have it coming for them. As for the Queens of Angels, they banned Doom. Not much to do about that. And Terrorblade. Terrorblade was quite scary a while ago, but it was not enough from the GENSAN team to deliver a winning game. And now they will be picking out the 5th pick, and DREX Angels will be the team to get the last one. So we have Shadow Shaman, a setup, as well as a secondary spam there. Elder Titan, another setter, as well as Beastmaster, Outworld Devourer. All of these 4 can initiate actually. Maybe a pick off.
Radiant's turn to pick.
And it will be an area of effect damage now by Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter will most probably be in the safe lane. Beastmaster on the off lane. Outworld will be the same recipe there on the mid lane. Elder Titan just going with Shadow Shaman and supporting Gyrocopter. If the recipe is still the same for the Queens of Angels, that might be the idea there. Top lane would be Gyro, Elder, and Shadow, and Beastmaster will be on the safe lane or on the bottom lane, and Outworld will be in the middle. As for the other one, Invoker expected to be in the middle, Morphling and safe, Sebastian off lane, Lion most probably will be on Bristleback or Morphling, and as well as Earthshaker. So we have Chicks as Lion, Noob Shaman as Earthshaker, Sebastian Bristleback, filling carry as Morphling, Replay as Invoker, Shamsi as Shadow Shaman, Stagol as Elder, Meow as Beast, Midjoy as OD, and Kakaizu as Gyrocopter. And we'll check now if it is going to be the final game for the GENSAN team, or will they be bagging this second game and claim and push QOA for a 3rd game? We'll soon find out. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's get it on.
Prepare for battle.
So again, the Dire team will be the ones from the Davao team, and the Radiant will be the ones from GENSAN. As you can see, filling carrier, Morphling going for the safe lane, and there's a switch of lanes here. I was expecting Gyrocopter to be on the top lane, but I guess it's going to be Miao Khalifa or the Beastmaster who would be getting the top lane, the safe lane, while the three others, it's a nice switch there. Even I was expecting otherwise. Other than that, as predicted, the Dire team will be going for the 1-1-3 push as well, with Feeling Carry here for the safe lane, backed up by the two setters here, Lion and Earthshaker. Both teams exhibiting practically the same play style or tactical style. It's a 1-1-3 with two setters as roamers, practically with stuns, and with the ones I was used to seeing with other kinds of games. Even with before, all female teams would rather want to have a security of two stuns, a good stun or two, rather than other forms of strategy. So we have two stunners, or rather stun or sleep, either way. And it is a 1-1-3 push. And they are pushing for their hard carry as well as mid to level up right away to level 6. And also, the one on the safe lane would be done with the same idea. Now here is a block by the Earthshaker, but failing on two creeps. And two creeps will be going for a quick push. And practically it is a fail pull there. Elder Titan seeking Sebastian here, Bristleback being cautioned to go back by the tower. Again, it's now a one-on-one by Invoker and Outworld. It was T a while ago. Free hits there. No go. Sebastian just being too tanky and dangerous to be ganged up upon during the first part of the game. And for those of you who just watched, rather signed in, Game 1 was won by the team from Davao, and it's now Game 2, and GENSAN team will be on the Radiant team, as the Davao team will be on the Dire, and we have a 1-1-3 push on both teams. Here is the backup now. Earthshaker tanking. There's a stun. Waiting for another stun, but then it's a 3-on-3 attack. There is the free hit by Gyrocopter, but then no, the Fisher delivers the death blow, but not without Kakaisu killing. There is the Sunstrike not hitting its target. There is the waveform. Feeling Carry delivering death to two of the heroes there. Kakaisu as well as Stay Gold succumbing to the hands of Morphling. Radiant team now has 3 kills as to Davao's 1. And it's a good start again. A very early game clash here, giving the GENSAN team an advantage here, a small net worth. And we'll be checking on the carries at items. Not much yet right now. There's a chase, there's the Fisher, but it does not kill. Outworld Devourer, where is the Sunstrike? Sunstrike is still not yet ready. And Midjoy is able to survive that one, and it could have gone the other way. Lion has been targeted and marked for death. There's a stun by the Gyrocopter, but Lion just shrugs it off for now. Bristleback now swapping lanes with the bottom lane, providing more cover and better efficiency here on the top lane rather on the bottom. Bristles just annoying Beastmaster for now. There's the signal, a probable gank there, flanked now by ES. And ES will be flanking, but not without Elder Titan providing cover there. Where's the Spirit? I'm still not seeing any Spirit. The setup is supposed to happen right now, but then there's the target. ES has been targeted. There's the Spirit going for the stun, as well as the Spirit does not catch anyone, and it's a failed attempt for a gank. It's a 3-on-3 attack there, and the Dire team will be pushing on, but not without being stunned by the Lion. And now it is the battle of tanks here. Meow Khalifa as Sebastian proving who is the better tank. And they're on an epic battle of a one-on-one free hit. There's the chicken, there's the hold, there is the stun of the spirit, and there is the Fisher cover and the free hit by Gyrocopter, killing down Lion. Morphling taking the life of Shadow Shaman, and now Gyrocopter is being harassed by Morphling. There's a Sunstrike, does not connect much damages. There's a waveform, a couple of free hits, and Feeling Carry will be bringing down the Gyrocopter. Black Hawk down according to the Dire team, and the Radiant team will be getting out without much other than a few scratches and wounds, but not without a greater and much deeper wound for the Radiant team, or rather the Dire team. Davao, Queens of Angels, again put in a situation wherein they are just being harassed early in the game with quick pick-offs of heroes, and they still do not have an answer for that. The quickness of the rotation as well as the hits and the quick pick-offs of heroes there. Meatball attacking the Outworld Devourer. There is the Cold Snap, Banish, and Sunstrike. Who gets hit first? Midjoy avoiding that in a split of a second. It could have been a second later, and it could have been a kill. A second too early for Invoker there. Adaptive Strike hitting the Copter. Copter not being damaged there. There's a stun, free hit. There's the Astral Spirit. Cold and Angry catching the Lion, but not without Morphling being targeted by the missile. There's a free hit. There is the damage done by the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter seeking revenge and getting it. Morphling melting down into oblivion. Backup has been set. Offensive ward is there. Astral Spirit stomping. There's Lion stunned right now. The missile is up for Lion. Lion runs for his life. Gets stunned. Lives to see another daylight. And runs to the woods like a scared puppy. Or rather a small wolf going to the woods. You don't see puppies in the woods anyway.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We have Morphling here still checking out for the Lincoln Sphere. First item, priority at that for the Morphling. While on the Gyrocopter, it's being delivered now. Tranquil Boots for the Lion. And there is an early push harassment there by Sebastian on the Beastmaster. Things get quickly ugly here in the bottom lane as three women pitted against three women. Each team proving who is the better group at that. And there is a smoke by the Radiant team, and there will be a hunt now, courtesy of Lion in the lead. Searching, and there is a power rune there. They have been discovered there on high ground. A couple of the QOS flanking, but not without being seen by ES, and it will be a setup. There is the conversion, but then there is a Fisher free hit by Outworld Devourer. Free hit. Also there's the Shackle, but there is a Sunstrike, and it hits the Elder Titan. Elder Titan running away. There's about to be a Fisher happening. There's the stun enchant totem. And there is the Astral Spirit, but with a free hit by the reinforcement. Shadow Shaman catching ES. And ES will be shackled again, but not without... Yes. Not without being killed by the Shadow Shaman. An easy kill right behind the tower. ES was just way beyond the area of safety there. While Lion will be backing down and Invoker will be continuing on farming up. So as we can see here, last hits and denies courtesy of the Soul Beastmaster on the top lane and Invoker on the mid lane. There is the nuke, and the Morphling will be escaping with about just 12 life there, shifting to strength type and surviving that attack. Missile after missile, then the nuke, and then Morphling still survives to see another day there. Almost kill there. Right now we are on the almost on the 10-minute mark, and no tower has been brought down yet, and it's a much closer game than the first game, with an 8-to-5 kill ratio in favor of the team from GENSAN. And GENSAN still is showing prowess in the early parts of the game, and now there is a combination there, a kill on Shamsi and also banishment now by Midjoy on the Bristleback to avoid him providing damage there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Adaptive Strike does not deal much damage on the Gyrocopter, and Filling Carry will just be providing cover and supporting the creeps there to avoid a push by the Dire team there. As you can see, the Dire team has provided good offensive warding here to prevent any backdoor attacks and setups. And the Gyrocopter now, unsuspecting of the probable death he is about to encounter, with a couple of flankers there, Earthshaker as well as Lion, checking out the area, and there's the conversion. There's a stun, but not without ES being stunned there. There's a Sunstrike burning up Kakaisu. Blackhawk down again. Morphling flowing inside. There's an Adaptive Strike being held by Shadow Shaman. Free hit by Midjoy. There's a stun. And now it is Earthshaker and the crosshairs of this Outworld Devourer, but not without a Fissure. But then another hit, and ES will bite the dust. Outworld Devourer just eating up Earthshaker there. Pure damage, and practically OD is anti-strength, so it should be a very bad recipe for Earthshaker to be standing in the crosshairs of OD. Lion here being checked out by 4 audiences. Elder Titan there. There's a conversion. There's a shackle. There's the free hit and the stun, but does not even connect. Not until the free hit from the OD has been dealt with. And down goes Lion. Defensive warding by the Dire team. And the Dire team now, the team from Davao City will be claiming the first tower here. Bottom lane tower, and it's going to be reinforced by GENSAN.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
The second game now is a little bit slower than the first one, wherein we saw a quick, aggressive GENSAN team outclassing the Davao team, but then on the 25th minute mark, yeah, they got their butts handed to them. However, this time around, the Davao team is much more cautious. Being the Dire, they are much more cautious on quick setups and quick ganks, especially by the Lion and the Earthshaker. The team from GENSAN getting Earthshaker in lieu of the Slardar, and I think it might work wonders on them. Practically right now they lead the kill with 10-9. Not much of a difference, but then still substantial. But as for the net worth, it's still a little over 1,000 for the team from Davao. As for the items, Morphling still only has this Ring of Health, and yep, Lincoln Sphere is still too far from happening. As for the Gyrocopter, only the recipe is left for a Drum of Endurance, a utility. I think this Gyrocopter is going for a utility setup or getup. OD will practically be the carry for them this time, and there is about a clash, but no. The warding happening now. Chicks has been seen. Astral Spirit is up and chasing the Lion. Lion running for his life. There's a stomp, does not catch Lion, and Lion will run home to safety. Meanwhile, on the top lane, there is a mark for death. A missile hitting Sebastian, stunning but not dealing much damage on the bristleback. And a couple of setters here from the Dire team is, or rather, the Radiant team is setting up for a quick kill. There's the flank by Invoker. Invoker ready to pounce, conjuring up the needed spells, but not without the 3 of the Davao team outflanking and hunting down Invoker. Meow Khalifa ready for the smash here. A shout is about to happen, but not without. The chicken is out. Dinner is served hot and ready, but then there is the smash of the Astral Spirit. The shout has been done, and it is a no-go. It is a crazy matchup now. Smoke is out and ready for an escape. The nuke has been set out, and everyone will be backing down. It is such a messy clash that time, and nobody seemed to know who to attack first. They were just caught by surprise. They did not know that Invoker had a couple of friends there, and Invoker should be brought down right away. The Primal Roar was set out quite early and did not do much damage and did not stun much of the heroes there. So now we have net worth. It is Invoker in the lead with Beastmaster and then OD. Gyrocopter ready with the Drum of Endurance for a quick push and attack during clashes. And now they are just farming, and a convergence of clash is about to happen by the shrine on the top lane. Beastmaster holding the fort, flanked and supported by Lion. Finger is not yet ready for the Lion. Essentially, Lion has to have a level 6 right now for a quick pick off of straggling heroes, or the stragglers at that during clashes, and those would be running home. Straggling about is an easy feed for the Lion's Finger. Three-man push, or rather four-man push, happening now on the top tower. Davao team wanting that tower down right now for a tactical advantage, but then it will be reinforced by Sebastian as well as Chicks. Five-man hero getting ready for the pounce. 3 of the defenders are still way out, and we'll see a clash happening right now. There's a reinforcement by ES. There's the Astral Stomp. There's the Fissure. Fissure not happening much. The missile has been targeted on ES. ES gets stunned, and the heroes from Davao will be pushing on with creep kills. Sebastian defending, standing ground, bristling everyone up, but not without the attackers from Davao damaging and taking down the tower. Bristleback gooing up the Copter. Copter running away, securing that tower kill. And now we have Feeling Carry with the double damage rune for a good farm there. The team from GENSAN patiently converging, not committing much to that, even if they have the Earthshaker with them. They do not want to have a mistake that could ruin their momentum here. So there's the stun by ES. There's a tornado. Khalifa running away and living for another day. There's the chicken running about in the water. Invoker getting a taste of how it is to be a chicken, running for about a couple of seconds and backs out. There's the signal by the Radiant team to go about this area and just pounce on unsuspecting heroes from the Davao team. While on the other side, Davao team converging by the rune sites as well as the shrine on the safe off lane, and will be creating a push down the bottom lane and to be scouted by Earthshaker. There's the signal. Radiant team targeting Gyrocopter, while the team from Davao sensing that Earthshaker is a quick pick and they know better than to kill ES right away during clashes. They should know. They've used one on game 1 and they won with that. And that might be the same Bane that they will have right now as it is used against them. So until then, Queens of the Apocalypse will not be engaging until they know where the ES is. And there is ES. He has been discovered. Shadow Shaman flanking, catching a good class there, but no. ES will be protected now by Sebastian as well as another hero. And the smoke is up and they will do a counter attack. Sebastian, sensing heroes there, sees Shadow Shaman and will be baiting them, but there's no commitment from the Queens of the Apocalypse. And it's going to be Earthshaker just delaying the process of the push here on the bottom lane. Davao team with a full-on press attack here. 4 heroes, or rather 3 heroes against 1. ES is in for a good smacking here. There is becoming a chicken. There is the Astro Stun. There is the clasp. There is the stun. And free hit. Down goes ES. The Sunstrike hits. And finally, the Lion fingering up the Shadow Shaman good. Shadow Shaman just getting fingered so hard he just died on the spot. So yeah, there you go. And now the team from Davao is claiming another tower, but not without being defended by Sebastian. There's a tornado, does not catch anyone. Whirling axis happening. There's the Astral Stomp. Free hit by the Devourer. The nuke is out, does not hit. Only grass. There's the stun, the shout, and the free hit. Echo Slam happening, and there is Elder Titan delivering the death blow to everyone, but not without Midjoy killing a couple more, and Invoker will be out for the count. It's a 3-3 kill, and it was a close fight. It could have gone either way, but OD was able to just get out of there in time. Again, what we have just seen is the play of this clash. It's the Astral Spirit and the Echo Stomp, and finally that Earth Splitter catching 3 or 4 of them in the middle of it all and just giving out a quarter of their lives left and for a quick kill. And there was the Sanity's Eclipse finishing off whoever was still alive, but not without being targeted. And fortunately for the OD, he was able to get out of it just in time. The other hero there that was just alive, Lion, was not able to do much about it, as Lion was still too squishy and without a stun there. And now Davao out for the kill again. Mio Khalifa out for blood, wanting to tip the scales over, and the Radiant team unsuspecting here. Morphling being sensed there. There is the Lincoln happening. Chicken up. There's the Astral split. And then there is the meatball. Finally catching Morphling. There's a Sunstrike catching Shamsi. And Shamsi goes down. Outworld Devourer ganged up by 4. And the GENSAN team nicking out another hero. Midjoy was finally put to rest at around 24 minutes of this game. Killing streak has just ended for the Outworld Devourer, and finally it is the Devourer that has been devoured, ironically. Item check. Now we have Beastmaster with a Sangi as well as a Shadow Blade. The perfect setup there. And he will be farming up. As for the Outworld Devourer, 4 staff as well as Magic Wand. And of course a Blink Dagger for a quick blink in and attack there. As for the Radiant team, we have the Lincoln online for the Morphling. As for the Invoker, there is the Aghanims. Bristleback, a little bit tankier now. A Vanguard will be going for a Blade Mail. And it will be his answer for the Outworld Devourer. Signal has been set. OD was seen. The Astral Spirit defends the Dire team. And now convergence by the mid lane. The first tier tower area will be the battlegrounds, and this clash, the Fisher is out, does not hit, but then replay hits Shamsi and down goes the Shadow Shaman. Lion chasing down Beastmaster, and this clash is just a preemptive one with only one hero dying in the cause. 17-13 in favor of the Radiant team. GENSAN at a much slower pace here than a while ago. It is the 25th minute mark. They have been consistently pushing up their ranks, but then as we can see, it's a 25th minute mark, and this is the limit or the time limit as what we have seen in game 1. Will they have the similar fate? Will they be choking by the 25th minute mark onwards, or will they be able to overcome this and push on to their victory, forcing a third game? We'll soon find out. And now GENSAN is converging. There's a signal, while the Davao team will be sticking together there and providing defense on the top, rather bottom lane. ES risking, scouting, checking out. Almost caught there by Shadow Shaman. And I have yet to see the Shaman use the Mass Serpent Ward on them. Morphling has been seen by the Beastmaster, but they are not committing. I think they are suspecting an ambush there, quite deep into enemy territory without any Observer Ward. And they will just have to be contented with another clash that's about to happen here on the mid lane. There's the Astral Spirit. There is the Stomp. No, not yet. They will have to back down, and free hits on the creeps will be forcing the Radiant team to back down a little. GENSAN being caught there with ES with a probable gank area. Good call for Beastmaster, just cutting down all the trees there for a clearing. Now the clash is on. Initiation by ES. There's the Spirit. The Stomp is about to happen, but will be cancelled most probably. I think so, yes. And now this is like the trench wars of World War I. No one's wanting to just push on forward and take the risk. ES is flanking, catching. Elder Titan Meatball up and running. Bristleback became a chicken. There is the final hit. Earth Splitter happening. There is the nuke happening. Finger No go. Triple kill now by Midjoy, and Invoker will have to retreat. Earth Splitter. There you have it, folks. Catching them all off guard. Even if the GENSAN team has the Earthshaker there, Earthshaker was in too deep into enemy territory, and he was just seen right away. Even with the barrage of meatballs and skills, it was not enough, as Gyrocopter provided cover there with a nuke, a call down, and also Sanity's Eclipse, and finally that happening. Invoker being caught there, and Invoker will be chased, but not without ES going there. There's the nuke. 1 and 2. Earthshaker dying, Invoker living. Heroic act by the Earthshaker just to let the Invoker live, and stopping the Aegis from being taken by the Davao team. So I guess that's coming to them quite in a positive note. So finally the Aegis will be taken down and will be claimed by the GENSAN team, and they will be pushing on. Both teams having their main, or rather the GENSAN team having the main setter still out for the count, while the hitter from the Davao team still in deep slumber. Practically the GENSAN team at a much better advantage here, but not without a high ground advantage for defense for the defending Davao team. GENSAN deciding to push on and farm up a little bit and push on across the lanes to provide a much better tactical advantage for the Radiant team, and they will be claiming this tower.
Bottom tower is about to flounder.
There is the counter there. Meow Khalifa up and ready for a stun. Primal Roar about to happen, but no, it's just going to be a whirling axe. And the stun from the missile is up on Sebastian, and it hits its target before being taken down by the hero or the companions. The tower here about ready to go. A couple more hiccups and it's about to crumble down. A denial might be happening, but no, it's only going to be a claim by Feeling Carry. Stun does not connect. Meow Khalifa sensing heroes, a couple of them here. There's the whirling axe, and they'll be backing down. They will not commit, and the space has been created by the team from Davao on the top lane, and the top lane will be defended now by the Earthshaker.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
32 minutes into the game, and it's a very close fight. It's 19 to 18 in favor of the team from GENSAN. About 4k value at that. So what we have here is three of the heroes just farming up the mid lane, creating space, and the other team spread out for the defense. Davao on the defense now as the team from GENSAN invades their part of the land, and there is a hunt by Sebastian checking out the areas there. The jungle, no go. The lower ground, nobody's around, and they will just have to be converged right now for a probable kapow. So there you have it. I'm just trying to make things rhyme. Yeah, it sucks. Anyway, so here the GENSAN team is pushing on the mid lane, and they're going up finally on the upper ground. Bristleback on the charge. There's the waveform, a quick kill. Kamikaze shot by Morphling, getting Chamsy there, and it will be a death. There's a stun, and there is this finger. The nuke has been set out. The split has happened. There's a Sunstrike, and the Sanity's Eclipse will be pushing down all the heroes back down to the steps. The waveform has been set, and there's a free hit by the Morphling. Another free hit for the Outworld Devourer, and the stun will happen on Earthshaker, but it will not phase the whole team. It's a 5-man force to be defended by a couple from the Davao side, and things are not going well for them. Sunstrike happening, another quick kill, Echo Slam on the sole survivor, but not without being smashed to bits by Earthshaker, bringing down the copter. Filling carry just whacking away at the towers for a quick kill. Nobody's around to defend the house, and it is might as well be a win for GENSAN team. And it's going to be a matter of seconds before a GG will be called. Meatball has been placed down, and free hits from the Morphling will be securing this win for GENSAN. And game 2, 34 minutes and 48 seconds with 26-18 in favor of GENSAN team. And it is a well-played, a rather moderately paced game happening this time. And finally, GENSAN team has proven to be a formidable team to be reckoned with, and they will now force this face-off into game 3. And what just happened is again Earthshaker happened. Apparently Earthshaker is the lucky charm for the teams here. As soon as Davao team used Earthshaker, it was their victory. Now it was the time or the turn for DREX Angels to claim the prize with their own version of Earthshaker, but not without being answered by the Earth Splitter there. However, it is Earthshaker's day, so most probably if I was in either of the teams, I would be blocking Earthshaker. Nobody gets Earthshaker unless somebody gets the first pick. So it's going to be game 3. So stay tuned as we go on to the deciding game between GENSAN and Davao, Queens of the Apocalypse versus DREX Angels, and we'll see you in a few moments. Welcome back to the face-off between the team from GENSAN and the team from Davao, an all-female matchup of 3 games, and we are now on the 3rd game, and it has been quite a ride for both of the teams here, and Earthshaker apparently has been the charm of both teams. Whoever has the Earthshaker just won the game, and right now the Earthshaker is with the DREX Angels, the team from GENSAN, and will they be able to pull off another charmer there, or will the luck run out based on statistics? Yeah, we don't need to talk much about nerd stuff here, but then here we have the picks. Okay, the Radiant team now has banned Axe, Doom, Shadow Shaman, Meepo, and Templar Assassin, as well as
Now,
the Queen of Pain, while on the Dire side, or the DREX Angels, the team from GENSAN, they have just banned Tinker, Warlock, Underlord, Invoker, Disruptor, and still waiting on the 6th pick. And they have chosen Earthshaker, Silencer, Bristleback, Luna,
Dyer's
as well
turn
as
to
the
pick.
5th pick. So finally, GENSAN team just banned Zeus, and they are now up for the 5th pick here. So apparently what just happened, as a recap on the first game saw much action in favor of the GENSAN team as they were about to win the game, but not until the 25th minute
10 seconds.
mark happened. A good setup by the Davao's Earthshaker there,
Seconds remaining.
jumping and slamming everyone off their feet. The Echo Slam, that would change the tide of the game and bringing the win onto the Davao team. The Queens of Angels being able to get the win. 3 clashes after the 25th minute mark, courtesy of the Earthshaker, well-placed jump, or rather the blink and the Echo Slam, the enchant totem, the free hit, amplified totem at that, as Fisher just finishes off those who would be running back home. And game 2 happened, and it was the Dire side, or rather the GENSAN's team side, to get a hold of Earthshaker, coupled with the skills of the Morphling as well as the Invoker. They were able to pull a charm of their own and beat the Davao's Queens of the Apocalypse for a 1-to-1 game, and it has proven both teams a good fit for Earthshaker. And finally, this game 3, GENSAN team still wants to push that luck on their side, and they have chosen Earthshaker, and will be checking if it would do wonders for them.
Radiant's
And
turn to pick.
they will be picking Shadow Fiend for the final hero. Most practically, it will be the mid lane. The 5th pick is now up on for the Radiant team, and what I can see here is that Shadow Fiend will be taking the mid lane, while Luna will be on the safe lane,
10
then
seconds.
Bristleback on the safety, or rather on the off lane. Silencer will be with Earthshaker for the support. And now for the Radiant team, we have Meow Khalifa as Faceless Void, Shamsis Witch Doctor, Stay Gold as Spirit Breaker, Kakaisus Juggernaut, Midjoy as Viper, Nob Shemen is Earthshaker, Chicks as Silencer, Sebastian as Bristleback, Feeling Carry as Luna, and Replay as Shadow Fiend. And now this is the 3rd game. The decision will happen after half an hour to an hour into the game. Will be determining who will be the victorious, if it's Davao or GENSAN. Queens of the Apocalypse versus DREX Angels. It's the Queen versus the Angel, and we'll see who bags the win with this best of 3 matchup between Ncgc GENSAN and Ncgc Davao. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it on.
Prepare
So there you have it, folks. Radiant team for Davao and the Dire team as GENSAN. And Feeling Carry will be taking the role of the safe lane, along with the Earthshaker for good measure. Mid lane by Shadow Fiend, while Sebastian will also be Bristleback again. As for the Davao team, they will be sticking with their own version, or rather on the same note there, a 1-1-3 push with the bottom lane as their safety with 3 heroes. Juggernaut will again be fielded for this deciding game, but not without a Spirit Breaker for the roam, as well as the support, and Witch Doctor for the post 5 position.
30 seconds to battle.
Meow Khalifa from the Beastmaster Heroes now takes on the guise of Faceless Void, and will be facing off the three heroes here in the safe lane with Luna, Silencer, and as well as Earthshaker. Midjoy on the mid lane. Outworld Devourer replaced by Viper, and we'll see how this goes for both teams. And the runes are up, and the laning phase is now in session. So again, for those of you who just tuned in, this is the third game, the deciding game of a best-of-3 series or matchup between the all-girls team face-off. From Ncgc Davao, we have Queens of the Apocalypse, while on the GENSAN, we have Ncgc GENSAN rather, we have DREX Angels. Bristol back here, changing lanes. Rather just teleporting back here, and it will be a 3-man defense, a swap. Luna now will be on the off lane. Quite an interesting turn of events. They will not be forcing the issue of a 3-2-1 face-off, but they will have to just have a man-to-man defense and offense here. 3 against 3 on the bottom lane. It will be quite difficult for the Dire team now because Luna is supposed to be there on the top lane and the safe lane, but then who knows, it might work wonders on GENSAN team. They have Earthshaker on their side, and the charm of the Earthshaker for this face-off might still be present.
Not today.
Early harassment attack by Bristleback on Faceless Void, just forcing the issue with all the quill sprays. Faceless Void, no match for the Bristleback. Bristleback knows that the Void should be near to be able to last hit, and as soon as the Faceless Void does that, the bristles are just set out and quill sprayed onto the Faceless Void for an early harassment. There's a silence by Silencer. The charge is up. There's still no stun, and the first blood by Silencer. And another by Juggernaut, an exchange there, a one-on-one exchange. Spirit Breaker now already has a greater bash for that added push or charge. A while ago it was just a small stun, but not without being killed by Silencer, as well as a counter kill by Juggernaut. Free hits there. There's the beam, there's a charge, Earthshaker stunned a couple of times, and is about to die, and he does at the hands of Juggernaut. 2 kills now for Juggernaut. The team from Davao being a little bit more aggressive than usual over the last 2 games, and it is paying off in the early part of this game. They're taking down the Lucky Charm and just telling the team from GENSAN it is not true. There's no such thing as luck, only skill. The charge is now happening. Spirit Breaker charging across the lane onto the Earthshaker. He does not want to let the Earthshaker have its mark there. Just harassing the Earthshaker wherever he goes. There's some bad blood happening here. And the Earthshaker will be recharging for his own mana, and we'll be seeing who is the next target of this Space Cow from Hell. And now there is a double man attack there for Juggernaut. Juggernaut just escapes using Blade Fury, and he steps out into safety. Spirit Breaker checking out a possible target here. There's the signal. It could be Silencer. We'll never know. But no, it is charged to Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend on the prowl, or rather being prowled upon by Spirit Breaker. There's a stun by ES, but not without being killed. Midjoy taking down the Fiend. Spirit Breaker escaping. Luckily, a regen. And will be silenced by Silencer, but not without taking that regen. And Spirit Breaker will be charging down. Luna dying in 3, 2, 1. And there she goes. She'll be put to sleep, and Luna will be out for a couple of seconds. Oh no, she's up right now. Spirit Breaker proving to be an enigma here, just being a threat for everyone. Even the Earthshaker right now has to step up, and it's 5 minutes into the game. Earthshaker catching the Spirit Breaker, and Spirit Breaker should run, otherwise he's about to die, but not without the Maledict
They're trying to break
taking
down
effect.
Radiant's top tower.
And Spirit Breaker will be running into safety, thankfully, because of the Witch Doctor's reinforcement. Davao team exhibiting a much aggressive tone here, and it is catching the team from GENSAN off guard. Silencer flanking, putting on offensive wards. Juggernaut farming up. Solo here. 3-man push up the middle line. There's a charge by Spirit Breaker, another stun, but then Earthshaker stops everyone on their tracks, but not without the Viper putting down the Fiend again. Free hits with a poison attack, and the corrosive skin is just too much for the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend does not even have any escape mechanism as of now. He's still too slow, and a couple of free hits after the bash or the greater bash takes effect by the Spirit Breaker. Shadow Fiend will just be dying out of the poison from the Viper, and by now they should be able to see that thing. And even if they did reinforce and filled in Earthshaker in the mid lane, it still does not stop them from killing the Shadow Fiend. Viper cashing in, just putting up corrosive skin and the poison attack a couple of times, and it's a sure kill, especially if the Shadow Fiend is already about at least half of its life, and it's a quick hit and quick kill. They still need to do something about that, perhaps maybe a better defense there, or maybe denial of creeps so that the creeps would be near the tower. But now GENSAN is on a 3-kill deficit, or 3-death deficit, in comparison with Ncgc Davao. And early game, 6 minutes into that, it's already a 2k advantage by the team from Davao. Queens of the Apocalypse bringing down Death, Doom, Despair, and Destruction, but still too early for this game to be determined.
Find a snack.
The Angels might still have an ace or two up their sleeve, and we'll soon find out. As of now, Shadow Fiend is already outgunned and outclassed by Viper there. As you can see, Shadow Fiend on the 7th spot there, as compared by the Viper, it's already who's already on the 2nd rank here. Luna still farming up. Earthshaker needs to have that level 6 right away. Echo Slam really needed on this game, as the Radiant team has the Void to counter that ultimate. So as you can see, Void there is already on the lead with 26 hits and kills, followed by Juggernaut and then Luna. The charge is up, and Luna will be charged by Biothron or Spirit Breaker, but will be cancelled too deep into enemy territory. Spirit Breaker will just be waiting for a cooldown. And now the Silencer checking the flanks and seeing Witch Doctor and the right behind the tree lines there, and they will be cautious now for a possible gank.
Top's gone missing.
Radiant's top tower is on the
Top
rocks.
lane, we are seeing Void being pushed back, being outgunned and harassed there by Sebastian. There's a charge by Spirit Breaker, but then it's going to be too deep into enemy territory. He commits the charge but gets hit a couple or 3 times by the tower, and he will be backing down without a kill. Quite a foolish move, if I might say so. There was no backup there. Nobody was there to help him up, and if he gets caught with a stun or a shackle of that, or a mini stun by Luna there, it could have been disastrous for the Spirit Breaker. And now, there's a cast, there's a charge on the support. Silencer will be put to sleep by Shamsi, giving the last hit there. Pyrolyzing cast, just stopping the Silencer in its tracks. And finally, the blades from the Juggernaut dealing the additional damage, and Silencer did not stand a chance. It's now 6-2. 4 kill deficit, or 4 death deficit by the Queen, or rather by the GENSAN team. And signals are being placed that 10 minutes is about to get come around, and they have to secure the rooms. Another charge there by the Spirit Breaker on the Luna. Luna still doesn't have any ultimate. Time dilation there by, and there's a Chronosphere. Quick hit, 1-2, and there's the cast there, Pyrolyzing cast, final hit, and charged by Stay Gold. Spirit Breaker breaking the spirit of Luna since about a couple of minutes ago on the bottom lane, and now he has followed her on the top lane. Silencer futile in its attempt. Spirit Breaker, kamikaze move there, stunned by Earthshaker, covered by the tower, and they're getting too cocky at this moment. The team from Davao
I'll take that as tribute.
taking risks unnecessarily. They have the upper advantage. Again, another charge there, not without feeling carry there for the support, but Earthshaker was too slow to back up. And now Silencer's dead again.
I'll take that.
Queens of the Apocalypse showing prowess into the game. 10 minutes, 8-2, 4K net worth advantage. What else is there for the team from GENSAN to do about this? We don't know. They still have a lot of time to get up and regain composure and turn the tides around. Midjoy just banging away on the tower, and the tower from the mid lane will be down. Shadow Fiend staying clear from the free hit from the Viper, not without any backup at least. There's a flank now from behind by Silencer, a dangerous place at that. No backup there, but except for the charge that's about to happen, and Spirit Breaker is going for it. There's the stun, there's the Greater Bash, there is the Pyrolyzing cast, the Maledict just silencing the Silencer. And now a couple of seconds, and Silencer will be awake again for another clash perhaps, or another death. We'll have to see about that. Silencer walking towards the top lane. There is another charge on the Luna, still without an ultimate. Lucent Beam just about one. There is a Chronosphere stunned by ES, but then there's a free hit by the Witch Doctor. Greater Bash happening. Free hit by the Shadow Fiend. Also, Spirit Breaker being able to kill, but cornered now by 3 of the heroes from GENSAN, and they will be cutting up and dicing the cow, and Spirit Breaker is out for the count for about 16 seconds.
Bomb's gone missing, just so you know.
Miscalculation there by a team from Davao. They did not take into consideration that the Shadow Fiend was not in the mid lane and could have been just waiting by the sidelines, and yet there he was, and Replay just gets a hero and snipes one for them. It's 10-4 on the 13th minute mark, and it's still in Davao team's game. And now a quick charge onto the Silencer for a quick run. I don't know if it's going to commit there. And I guess he will. There will be a stun. There's the paralyzing cast. Maledict. There's a silence. Another greater bash. And the final hit and Maledict effect by Shamsi. Killing again the silencer. Silencer now with 4 deaths. Those unnecessary deaths just being too far from support is taking its toll.
Is drowning.
And now Shadow Fiend is on the crosshairs, but cancelled up. There is another target there.
Top tower needs some friends.
Luna will just have to bow down to that. Witch Doctor releasing the Death Ward
Tower is
just
under
for
attack.
Luna. Luna already level 6 and able to
Is about
do so much damage with the Eclipse, but not without being shut down by this 3-man attack team on the top lane from Davao. It's 12-5 and Davao will be continuing with the Blood Hunt, and they will be up in smoke
Radiant's bottom tower
and
is
chasing
under attack.
down any unsuspecting heroes. And right now it is Silencer in the crosshairs as well as Earthshaker. Earthshaker getting ready for the Fisher or the support stun, baiting Midjoy. Midjoy committing. There's the charge initiation happening. Chronosphere, 3-man Chronosphere, but of course including one from them, and does not connect much. There is the Eclipse I was talking about, and down goes one. Midjoy is chased down, and the Bristleback will be attacking with replay, damaging, and finally giving the death blow. It has been a 1-2 exchange in favor this time
Dire's bottom tower
of the Dire team.
lasts long.
15 minutes up, the runes are ready for the harvest. Kakaisu gets one, the 3 others are left behind as the GENSAN team sees a better opportunity in pushing down the mid lane and bringing down this tower. Khalifa and Shamsi already charged up. HP ready and good to go. There's the charge, but not without a Maledict and a Casket, courtesy of the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker still so far from behind, running up the lane. It's going to be quite a late push, and it will be cancelled. It's 13-7 in favor of the Davao team, and Luna has been caught in the crosshairs of Spirit Breaker, but no go. There's a charge happening. Luna being chased down, cancelled at the last minute. They seek higher ground, better advantage. Midjoy pushing onto the mid lane, providing the much needed space there, creating that space for Juggernaut now, tanking it up and iteming up. Juggernaut being left alone here. A bad decision, if I might say so. Never leave the Juggernaut to fend for himself. He will get tanky, he will get fat, he will get heavy with all those items, and everyone's gonna go crazy later on. Kakaisu pushing up the bottom lane with Midjoy providing cover. There's the corrosive skin, the smoke. Midjoy providing nether toxin damage onto the creeps. Bristleback futile in its attempt to push off the attackers. Kakaisu stunned by Earthshaker. Quick thinking there. Blade Fury. Sebastian caught in a Maledict. And they will back down and retreat into safety as both teams decide not to commit there and just take it easy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Also, another mistake is happening here is Faceless Void is also left to fend for himself. Again, it's Juggernaut and Faceless Void, both very hard carries, and there is a Death Ward. Death Ward taking the life of Sebastian. Bristleback just melted away. Bristles not having much effect, courtesy of the Viper.
Dire's bottom
Perfect
tower is about to drown.
setup there by Viper, and the pick of Viper put against Bristleback has been rewarding the team from Davao until now. Dewarding by Shamsi. Shamsi is quite the MVP until recently.
Dire's bottom tower
A lot of
will
kills
not
and support there and defensive warding and dewarding happening courtesy of the Witch Doctor. The clash is about to happen. There's a charge on Luna. Luna, Nether Strike. There's a Chronosphere. Two heroes inside the dome. One gets down, the other gets ugly and also down. And it's a 2-0 run there. Right in the backyard of the Dire team. The Chronosphere well placed without anyone to support those inside. Time stops there, but the world will go on with a push down the bottom lane. And the team from Davao is just having a good game right now. Midjoy continuing to damage the tower.
Dire's top tower is about to take
Warding
the flood.
is signaled to be placed here. There you go. While Juggernaut farms up
Dire's top
on the top
tower
lane.
is under
There's another
attack.
charge there happening. And it has been cancelled.
Dire's
Silencer with
top
his
tower
own
is
brand of
about to
counter
take the flood.
dewarding there. And there is a invisibility rune here. And it will be taken by nobody. Nobody wants it.
Gone.
Nobody is gonna get it. And they are signaling for a rush pit session here. And there you have it. A gang up on the Roshan. Poor Roshan. He just wants to be left alone. And yet nobody cares. All they want is his Aegis. Sad life. And Juggernaut will be taking the Aegis now. And will be pushing on along with 3 of his companions by the mid lane. While Faceless Void will be farming up and creating a push most probably on the top lane. The Radiant team having 16 kills as opposed to the Dire's team 7 speaks much of what's happening in this game. It's 20 minutes and right now it's a one-sided deal for the Radiant, and we are still waiting for a good clash to happen that might just turn around the tide or just determine and seal the fate of this game as it is right now. The Davao team, knowing and sensing that patience will reward those who have that, will be entertaining that virtue, and they will be systematically and slowly progressing their way on all 3 lanes, forcing the enemy to commit mistakes. There's a convergence of the Dire team by their backyard. Luna farming up a little while the others defend their bottom tower. There will be a convergence this time by the backyard. The shrine is ready for healing, but then they will be farming up the stacks here first. Luna recharging from the shrine. Juggernaut there scouting the place, whoever is in there. There's the charge. Luna has been seen and it is committed. There is a silence and there is the silence there, and it stops the Nether Strike from happening as well as a Chronosphere, and Space Cow will go down. Kakaisu desperately hunting down too sour of a situation. They will back down and they will have to be contented with a tip off and the Space Cow just going down. Juggernaut not being able to use much of that Aegis. It was not at the right place, or he was not at the right place at the right time. The Silencer silencing everyone at the very perfect time. It was at the exact moment that it should have been pressed in the first place. Beautiful timing there, and it prevented the Faceless Void from using the Chronosphere. Faceless Void just walked in, but then decided he was silenced. He could not cast, spamming the R key there. It was not happening. He was silenced, and he was not cocky enough to push the issue, and he just had to get out first into safety. Otherwise, he could have just been a free target.
Dire's middle tower is drowning.
And now the Radiant team is regrouping by the mid lane, checking out the flanks, the rear, and now has signaled for a push up the hill onto the steps and into the gates of the enemy. It's now on the 3rd tier tower and the barracks here on the mid lane that things will get ugly. And there's a stun, a defensive stun, Fisher. Another toxin happening.
Radiant's top tower.
Shadow Fiend going to safety for quick hits. It's a no-go for the Radiant team, and the Dire team will be valiantly defending their turf.
Top tower is on the run.
Nobody steps into our turf without getting whooped. Shadow Fiend pushing a little bit on the bottom lane, leaving the rest behind. Confident that the Bristleback is able to defend, but not without the Nether Toxin. Now there's a 2-man Chronosphere. Quick hit by Shadow Fiend on the Faceless Void. He goes down. Silence has been carried out, but Luna dies in the process with a... And there goes the ultimate from Shadow Fiend, not having much effect. The Juggernaut now up and about, whirling about, chasing, replay. But then the Juggernaut will be spending his Aegis, and the Aegis will be used up. Juggernaut makes a quick escape. Nether Toxin is up and about. There is the Echo Slam, the charm of the Earthshaker happening, and it is putting its stall on the Davao team. Juggernaut being able to warp out just in time with a victorious clash for the GENSAN team. A good display of defense, buyback, and that blink Echo Slam, bam, and it goes down, and it gets ugly for the Radiant team, just like that. It seems that the Earthshaker, the charm of this face-off match, is again shining so bright, and we'll see if it continues until the late game. But now it's 25 minutes. Again, the 25-minute mark. We're going into the latter part of the mid-game. The charge is up on the invisible Shadow Fiend, but locked on by Spirit Breaker and gets cancelled. Item check. Our carry has Battle Fury and SNY. As for the other team, Luna, we have already the Dragon Lance and not much there. Luna is going for the Black King bar. Still a lot out. About 2,000 worth or 2,000 gold before the Black King is finally created. Davao pushing up on the top lane. GENSAN still spread out. Tier 2 on the top lane already destroyed for GENSAN, and they will also be defending the higher ground there. Juggernaut face off with Shadow Fiend, just a display of glowing weaponries and arms there, but no commitment from the two of them. Davao deciding to make a detour and just push up the mid lane or perhaps the bottom lane. They will go for the ladder and they will be farming, but there's no farm for Juggernaut, not even for the Ancient. And now there is a refresh of the creeps, and Juggernaut will take his time creeping here. Ward seeing all of the attackers from Davao going up the mid, or rather the bottom lane, and it signals the defenders from GENSAN. And they will be quick to defend the bottom tower, tier 3 at that. And all the second tier towers have been destroyed by the Davao team. And DREX Angels will be up for the defense, while the Davao team plans out their siege here on the jungle. It's a standoff right now. Things are slowing down, but not without Juggernaut diving in. There is the blade there. There's a stun. Blade Fury not being able to penetrate much into the enemy defense, and he was just testing the defensive lineup of the Dire team, and the Dire team has just proven that it's quite a tough one to crack. They need another strategy. All ultimates are online. Will it be the timely silence or the chronosphere that could just break the game here? There's the stun of Fisher. Meow Khalifa waiting for a proper time. There's a jump in. There is the Omni Slash killing the Shadow Fiend. And there is the charge and the Nether Strike on the Silencer. Silence has been cast and everyone is silenced. There is the Blink Echo Slam as well as the Eclipse. There's a Chronosphere catching 3 of them. The GENSAN team caught at the edges, the fringes of the Chronosphere, getting down 2 of them. Or rather, Faceless Void catching and killing 2 of them. Earthshaker not ready for another clash. Earthshaker without the ultimate. Echo Slam has been used prior. There's Luna saying why. Out of exasperation, what just happened? Juggernaut happened. Sorry Earthshaker, it's Juggernaut's time this time. And the Juggernaut will be having that glory for himself in this game. It's not yet too late. There is still time. It is still 29 minutes into the game. Everyone's alive right now, but not without the ultimates here. Only Bristleback and Shadow Fiend have ultimates now. And they will be securing first whatever is left of their base, practically still intact except for the bottom lane here. Both Raxus and the tower have been put down out of commission. There's a charge by Spirit Breaker, and Cancel just using the charge for a quick run up to the map there on the mid lane. The silence was just popped out too early there. The Shadow Fiend did not expect the Juggernaut in jumping. The Juggernaut was really amazing in that part wherein he waited until the creeps would have just went down the stairs, soloing up the Shadow Fiend, jumping in and Omni slashing the Shadow Fiend to death without anyone else to jump onto.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Shadow Fiend was practically just staying out of the Chronosphere's reach, providing space not to be caught up with somebody else, but that gave Juggernaut the perfect chance to solo him out. Quite a good tactic there. Have Faceless Void, have them set far apart, and Juggernaut will be there to pick one off that is quite too far apart from the others for all those Omni Slashes hitting on right its mark. And now the Dire team is in a quandary. It's a dilemma. Practically it's a problem, and already they don't know if they would be ganging up or staying away from each other. Either way is going to be a problem for them as long as Juggernaut and Void are ready to pounce. ES has smoked up, ready for the Blink Slam.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
So for the first game, second game, and third game, it has been the classic Blam item of the Earthshaker and a combo that gives good matches here, good clashes here. But right now, the luck of the Earthshaker is quite running dry, and they are faced with a tactical disadvantage. Juggernaut getting the Aegis there. And they will be pushing on to the top lane. There's a signal by Juggernaut to push on the top lane and split. A couple will be going up the mid lane as 2 of them will be going up on the top lane. Split push, dividing the defenders. All ultimates are online, and things will get ugly again in a few seconds from now. one team will get ugly, one team will go glorious in this clash. Juggernaut doing the same thing, checking out the defense. Blade Dance on the tower, damaging a little bit. Testing the waters, if it's too cold or too sour to just dive into. Viper facing off the probable weak link here for him. It's a Bristleback, and Bristleback will be targeted by the Viper. There's a charge on the Silencer, cancelled up. Taunting for a quick silence or pop-up of the ulti. Does not phase them. They don't they did not fall into that. And the Viper will be taking down the mid lane, tier 3 tower. Juggernaut spinning, damaging the barracks there. Spirit Breaker taunting the Silencer into engaging and committing and into clicking that R quickly. But the Silencer is not really that much phase there. Chronosphere, the stun, wasted Chronosphere there, but the Juggernaut delivers the killing blows, even the blink, slam. There is the Death Ward that would bring down the defenders as well as the attackers here being damaged by Juggernaut, chasing down, being faced off with 3 heroes. There's a charge on the Bristleback. The Aegis will be popped, and then the Juggernaut now will be escaping to safety. The charge will be set up onto the Bristleback. Still too far away, about 4 seconds into the clash, and it will not connect and will not be good for the Juggernaut. Juggernaut will be brought down by ES. The luck has shown again, and it is bright. Who is the better cow during that clash? It is the Earthshaker. Apparently it was about a couple of seconds late for the Spirit Breaker to stop the Bristleback and the others from killing the Juggernaut, and it came too late. They just have to back down and regroup and push on again. 22 to 18, 35-minute mark. It is in favor of the team from Davao with a 19k net worth advantage. There's the charge and the cancel on the Silencer. Shadow Fiend already has a Shadow Blade as well as the Black King Bar. And the Silencer on full support here. While the Bristleback is ready with a Blade Mail and Hood of Defiance there.
I'll take that.
As for the Faceless Void, a good and quick thinking on putting up the Eon Disc right now, prolonging the clash there, and not being put to sleep right away with free hits, especially with Shadow Fiend there free hitting him if ever Shadow Fiend does not get caught, is not caught in the Chronosphere. And Shadow Fiend well into the farmed up with 36 souls inside the damage there. There's the jump, there's the Blade Dance, not being able to be targeted. There's a charge, there is a quick hit, and the charge transfers to Shadow Fiend being cancelled. The silence has been cast, or rather the silence has been cast, but then he goes down. Silencer is put to sleep. Mia Khalifa just taking down the toll, and the Death Ward is going to hit everyone now. The Death Ward hitting Shadow Fiend. There he goes down, and down goes the Shadow Fiend. Bristleback tanking up. Juggernaut spinning again into safety and going for the objective, the last 2 barracks of the game before the Mega Creeps will start to march, and Juggernaut will be retreating, being chased by Bristleback. Stun from Earthshaker, the Fisher not connecting, and Midjoy claiming the runes. It's a spread out. The attackers from Davao being repelled by the defenders there. Awesome defense, but not without losing a couple of barracks there on the mid lane. And slowly but surely, the Radiant team has nicked barracks after barracks. And if this goes on, even if the push is not fully consummated, it's going to be difficult for the Dire team, as they will be faced with Mega Creeps. They have to stop the onslaught as the attackers from Davao would be pushing onto the final two barracks of the Dire team here at the top lane. Shadow Fiend now with the Dragon Lance. Bristleback still not farmed up. Only a Vanguard here. Luna will be caught there and will be ganged up by 4 and will be out for the count for about a minute now. Juggernaut without the Aegis anymore. Roshan is still out for the count. Void having the Eon Disc. And they will be ready for the attack as soon as the ultimates are ready for the Shadow Shaman as well as the Spirit Breaker. However, Spirit Breaker just rushes in, getting too cocky, but then backing down, testing the waters. Juggernaut now with a Blade Dance. Or Blade Fury, there you go. Objective Insight, bring down the barracks and just stay out of harm's way. That will be their main objective. There's a silence, but not without being charged there by Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker just taking one for the team, delaying the inevitable so that the companions could destroy the barracks. Awesome display of attack and delay there. And it is now Mega Creeps in favor of the Radiant team. The Dire team now with a Chronosphere getting caught. There's the final attack and it will be glorious for the team from Davao. Bristleback will have to tank it out. There's the Eclipse. Will it prove them good? No, it does not. It is a wipeout. Again, it is a wipeout. Bristleback buying back. Juggernaut does not care. He has to destroy the last two towers here. Juggernaut deciding to get out, not wanting to die there. Midjoy just delaying the push. Faceless Void also into the fray. Two-man gang on the Bristleback. Bristleback gets death written all over his face there. And finally, nobody is left to defend. The owners of the household of the Dire are asleep or knocked out, and it's a GG. Nobody's calling the GG until the last hit for the Ancient happens, and it's determined right now. The team from Davao pushing on to victory. Game 3. Now here's the thing. It was a very close fight until the 35th minute mark, but then it was finally the Earthshaker ran out of luck there. There was another cow in town, and it was Spirit Breaker. Of course, the Bristleback was there to tank it all, but then there was the Viper, a perfect counter for the Bristleback, and Bristleback was not able to farm up well. They cashed in all into the Shadow Fiend as well as the Luna there. A couple of misplaced and misclicked Global Silence spell doomed for the Dire team, especially during the push up on the bottom lane on about the 30th minute mark. There was a frustration call by the Luna there. The Global Silence was popped up too early, and it gave the other team a couple more ultimates to be exploited there, especially the Death Ward. They forgot about the Shadow Shaman, about the Death Ward, and it was devastating, especially to the Shadow Fiend and also the Earthshaker. So there you have it, folks. The best of 3 series here for the face-off all-women team from Davao and GENSAN, with Davao claiming the victory on the 3rd game on the 40th minute mark, almost the 41st, with a 32-23 run. And of course, the MVP for this game, I would have to say, would be onto the Shadow Shaman. Great placement of wards there, defensive, or Shadow, rather the Witch Doctor. Sorry about that. The Witch Doctor, great defense there and the offense with the warding and the placement. And of course, it gave eyes for the carries not to be ganked, and also for the carries of the Davao team to be able to push on to victory finally. And of course, also a good game. Congratulations to both teams. They put up a good fight and a good match. It was an eventful Wednesday. And again, we thank you here over at Ncgc. We would like to invite you again next week, every Wednesdays, for our face-off. And of course, to be able to get notified, just go to our Facebook page at fb.com/ncgc esports. Click the like and follow button there. Of course, primarily, you could watch it way better on our Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/ncgc esports. We are giving away easy links or free hours of game time for those who would be watching and participating there, especially in the Twitch. So don't forget to subscribe and create your account on Twitch. Wait for the keyword and just type in for that easy link every Wednesdays. Make sure you're on Twitch. Also, finally, for those of you who would want to watch again, we have our English cast here for the face-off. Also, with the summary or the highlights of the game, you could go over to our YouTube page. It is youtube.com/ncgc esports. Make sure you subscribe or click the subscribe button, as well as click the bell beside that, so that you would get notified as soon as there is a new video there archived. So again, you have Facebook, you have Twitch, and also you have YouTube. Make sure that you spread a good word around that Ncgc here will be broadcasting games. Not only this, but also watch out for other games as we provide you with esports entertainment. Again, this has been your caster and analyst, Sensei, signing out. Have a great day.